stuff. I want you all to take it on as your own, right? So your essence, the way you say things is yours. But as long as you follow the strategy, the sequence, doesn't matter about the words, it's how you say it and what the intention is behind each step. Okay. That's why I mean mastering each step here, 10 steps, it's only 10, right? It's easy. It's not a university degree, right? But it's a lot more powerful, I think. Now we can see what I mean by this is you're going to see everyone doing it slightly differently. Okay. But the psychology, the strategy is always the same. Always, always, always. Okay, I don't let anybody out there without them mastering these 10 steps. Okay, so this is Leslie. If you guys are co-authors, you may know the client actually, a lovely, lovely lady, one of my favorite co-authors. You're all great, but her name's April Burt. Who knows April? Now, remember these calls are quality and training approved. Okay, so no co-authors have been harmed in the recording of these. Okay. Yes, yeah, okay, Kathy, yeah, she's a lovely, lovely lady. Now, the reason I'm playing this one is because you guys get to see a one call close example. You also get to see an example of the leads that we get and the people that we get. Outstanding, right? Outstanding leads. And Sir Marco is amazing at that. So there's a whole bunch of these people coming into our system every day. All right. I'd like you to remember and note what Leslie, this is Leslie, he's only been at this a couple of months, okay? But I thought this one would be a good one because it covers the point we're trying to make on this. Okay, we're going to do this. This call was nearly 2 hours, by the way. So what you're going to see now is Leslie doing the opening statement, various steps to the close. Okay, guys? Let's go.
Well, also, I'll let you know a bit more about Mr. Samarco and his works and his body of works. And
yeah, of course.
So himself, Mr. Samarco, he's a best-selling author, and he's done that twice, and he has helped many coaches and authors basically get their own books out.
Okay, so this is the opening statement, guys. Okay, the first part took a little bit longer, so I've gone straight in from the opening statement. This is step 3. Alison Barnes, yes. April, she's amazing. We love April. Okay, so Leslie starting with the opening statement.
Also to best-selling author status, and now he's working on a series of books to impact more lives by co-authoring with people who share the same share a story of courage, resilience, and transformation. So we gathering people from all across the world to do so.
Yeah.
So
okay,
Mr. Samarco has already chosen the co-authors for the first 10 books. As well as the co-authors for the first 3 books in his second series. And if you're chosen, you'll be part of the 4th book in his new series that's launching in April 2026. So basically, April, the purpose of this call is to discover whether your story is the right fit for a book. And if you feel like, and you also feel like you are right fit for to get your story out there to a global scale of millions of people, then we can talk about the next steps and how we can do that. But
okay, yeah.
But to start,
no problem.
Yeah. So that's basically in a nutshell what we.
The opening statement, right? So he spoke for quite a bit of time, didn't he? Yeah. The opening statement isn't short. It's about 30 to 45 seconds typically, right? So he spoke for quite a bit of time. Was April still smiling and positive on the chats, guys? Was April still smiling and positive? Because, or rather, a better question: has Leslie done his first 2 steps very well? Yes, he has. Right. So he's at the opening statement. Let's see what happens from here, guys.
What we're doing, but yeah.
Do you want me to go? Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, no. To start off, really, I would really just want to understand about you, your career, your story. And by the end of the call, if you're a good fit, then we'll be making you an offer for a co-author opportunity with Mr. Samarco with a guarantee that you will be an international best-selling author. Okay. So that's the whole spiel about this, what we do in here in launch.
Okay.
So, we can really just start about yourself, really. How do you get sort of
a spiritual awakening recently? And it's hard to share my gifts. And
In frame, guys, Leslie's delivered the opening statement, and straight away, April, lovely, lovely lady, starts opening up and sharing intimate details about her situation. Okay. Now, again, guys, she has approved this for quality training. So have a look, because again, this is an example at the beginning where we want to be. You know, we've delivered the opening statement. Now it's the client's turn to speak. Okay. All right. It's very important that we get this, guys. Make sense? Let's go with.
because you don't get believed. I believe I'm a chosen one of the 144,000 in the world. I believe I'm an earth angel. And I can see things with my eyes that is very different to probably what other people have seen. I can call spirit into my home to mess with my lights and bits and bobs. I believe it's my family. I can see a lot of things through my eyes. And I've given up the last 3 years of my life to the man himself to heal. And I've had a very traumatic life, but spirit's followed me my whole life. And I've always tried to shut it away. But wherever I go, it's constantly at me because I have a gift and I feel very blessed. And through my life, I've helped so many people in my life who have been in my life, i.e. people not wanting to be here anymore, because I've been through it myself. So, but I come from, as a young child, I suffered child abuse. And I've dealt with suicide in my own family with my brother. I have a genetic health condition that I've lived with my whole life, and I didn't know till I was 48. And I'm a really strong lady. And if I told you what was wrong with me, you wouldn't believe me, sat looking at me today. But what I've come through is from the help above, because without that healing and that faith and trust in the powers above and putting myself first with self-love, I wouldn't be sat here talking to you today. And it's quite a long story of what I've been through. And I don't feel sorry for myself. And I try every single day. I'm disabled. I use a wheelchair. And I struggled with that as well. So I've got so many things that you try to hide from the world because you don't want people to see you poorly or less abled, as I call it. But do you know what? It is me. And I embrace it now. And I'm still entitled to have a life. But it made me feel that I couldn't. But I've always been scared to share and tell people my story with what I see or what I've seen. I've got photographic evidence of stuff in animals, with humans in animals. And I saw that going through my awakening. And people think I'm mad. Even some of my family think, no, it's not real. Yes, it is real. But I don't know how to get it across to people because it can be scary for people. And it's nothing nasty or horrible. I'm just a kind, loving person.
But let me tell you about what the book is again. So
Yeah, okay.
Analyze that for a second, shall we? Again, April is a lovely lady. We see her everywhere. Her soul is on fire working in this campaign. She's everywhere. So this lady's got some great value. Now, what happened there, guys? Would you agree that after the opening statement delivered correctly, April started opening up? Did she start opening up with, again, we've seen this a few times now on this training. We do the first 3 steps correctly, the client will start opening up and sharing intimate details, business, personal, with a stranger, and that's the power of the first 3 steps. Yeah, she is amazing, right? Isn't she? And an inspiration. And I wanted to share April's story here as well with you guys, because this is a kind of typical client we're working with, someone with true heart, that's against some odds. She's got some disabilities, as we know, but she doesn't let that stop her. These are the type of people you're going to be meeting. Okay, very courageous people like yourselves. you know, you guys are co-authors. Of course, just you're co-authors. People like yourself with resilience. So you're going to really resonate with these clients. Now, let's have a look from a technical perspective what we're doing here. Okay, so we've skipped ahead to presenting the offer. That's where we are on today's training. Remember, step 8. Leslie's done everything correctly. He's had about an hour or so with April up until this point on the qualification and talking and opening up and sharing. Now let's have a look at step 8, because this is where we're out of the training. And for time purposes, I skipped ahead to presenting the offer.
Yeah, okay.
The book itself is called Start Over, Turn Any Loss into a Sensational Comeback.
Yeah.
It's going to be divided into 14 offers, including Marco himself, to give it that extra credibility and make sure it's going to be pushed, guaranteed to best-selling offer.
Yeah.
So each offer is going to get a chapter of 5,000 words constructed around the hero journey. And you mentioned you heard about that, right? That's what we were saying just before we got off the call.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's about what happened to you, how did you respond to it, what was the lowest points, how did you decide then to turn around, what did you do to turn around, and what was the comeback story, and how did it shape your life today?
Yeah.
So that's your center stage, your time to shine, tell your story unapologetically the way you want to inspire people for the
Okay.
time. So
Yeah.
you're giving you that opportunity to resonate with people and feel comfortable to share your story. So as I was saying, the offer itself and the book series has been insane. The first series itself has already reached #1 status in 4 different categories in 24 hours. And Mr. Marco's still vetting around 500 people to see if they align with this, the rest of the book stories that we're trying to fill in, right? So before I actually go into more of the details, let me also show you a few of the people that work with Mr. Marco directly, which I feel like they would resonate with you, because honestly, there was a lot of people, coaches or
Okay, guys, I want to fast forward to sending the agreement. Sorry, my mistake. That was presenting the offer, not the investment.
So
Yeah.
April, if you check your email,
let's fast forward to sending the agreement. Okay, so that was presenting the offer. You can see that when Leslie was speaking there, because let me see if I can see you guys. Yeah, okay. Because remember what we spoke about yesterday, the trust bubble. Who would agree? April, when Leslie was speaking, and there was quite a bit of text there, was April still very positive towards Leslie? Yeah, she was nodding. Yes, she was, right, Denise? Right, she was nodding, saying yes. And Leslie was talking for quite a bit. Leslie earned that right because the qualification, he listened, you know, for a plenty time. It was a long qualification. He really enjoyed it. You'll see in a second. He listened. So now when he's talking, April is still very positive. The trust bubble is still very big. Yeah. Does that make sense? You're getting that, guys? You're getting this? Because I want to layer on understandings of each step as we go through this. Okay. Okay. Let me just fast forward to here.
hopefully, let's see. Yeah.